The Ford Taurus SHO, the first generation, was Ford's performance version of their Ford Taurus sedan. SHO stands for super high output. Some people call it SHO, some people call it SHO. It's all a matter of preference. Powering this very obscure looking family sedan was a 3-liter dual overhead cam 24 valve per cylinder iron block V6. It made 220 horsepower and 200 foot-pounds of torque through a 5-speed transmission that was built by Mazda themselves. It also went 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds. Pretty fast for the early 90s. This engine was durable enough to handle 8,000 RPM, but for safety purposes, they set it to 7,000, which is still pretty freaking high. The second generation rolled around and it was no longer powered by the 3-liter iron block dual overhead cam, yada, yada, yada. It was powered by a 3.2-liter V6. It made 220 horsepower and 215 foot-pounds of torque. But the thing is, it came with automatic also, so you have to account for drivetrain loss when it comes to the automatics, which is more than likely why it has significantly less torque than its first gen counterpart. Next, there's the third generation. It came with a 3.4-liter transversely mounted V8. It made 234 horsepower and 230 foot-pounds of torque. It also sounded very exotic. It sounded very good, but here's where the trouble comes in. The cam sprocket failures this thing had would literally make this engine kill itself. The engine was designed partly by Ford and Yamaha. Yamaha had the valve train, and I think Ford had the rest of the engine. So it was created half and half by these two companies. Another big issue everybody had was this car was very ugly. It looked like a bar of soap with wheels on it. Not just the SHO, but just the regular versions. These cars are literally, every time you see somebody with these things, they're always bumping some old school tune. It's a shame the way you mess around with your man. I'm standing all alone by the telephone waiting for your call. After the third generation, Ford went on a hiatus and then came back with this newly redesigned EcoBoost Ford Taurus SHO. This specific model was powered by a 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost engine. It made 365 horsepower and 350 foot-pounds of torque. If this doesn't scream sleeper, I don't know what does. I'm talking about it has the looks of a sleeper. It has the performance of a sleeper. If this doesn't, you literally would clear the expressway if you were going probably 100 miles an hour. They think you're the police. Peace out. Love you guys.